ठीक है. So we were talking about the different environmental factors that affect microbial growth. How ଆମେ cover କରି ସାରିଛୁ ବହୁତ most of the portions. We have reached at the last today. We will be just discussing about radiation. How radiation କେମିତି radiation affect କରୁଛି ଆମର microbial growth, and we will also see uh, how some of the organisms are able to withstand the radiation. ସେମାନେ radiation को केमती ମାନେ ସେମାନେ handle କରିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି. So ଏବେ ଯାଏ ଯାହା ବି ଆମେ ଦେଖିଛୁ ପ୍ରେସର ଯାଏ ଆମେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଟାଇମ୍ ଦେଖିଥିଲୁ. ଇଭନ୍ though ମୁଁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲି ରେଡ଼ିଏସନ୍, ବଟ୍ ଆଇ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ସପାଣ୍ଡ on that now. ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି. So radiation is also one very important factor, and ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଦେଖିବା, our world is bombarded with electromagnetic radiations of various types. So ଯାହା ଆମେ ଦେଖିପାରୁଛୁ is the visible light, ହେଲା. So विबग्योर जोटा तुम स्कूल रे भी पढ़िथिबो as well as 11 12 रे भी पढ़िथिबो. So this is the spectrum that जोटा हम देखि पारुछु, because all of them combine to create white light. And beyond that amaro infrared thae, x-ray and gamma rays. So and radio waves. So basically तुम जानिछो through our constant usage of phone also, हम जहाँ phone use करूछु कि जहाँ टेलीविजन यूज करूँ, जहाँ भी डिवाइस, एनी इलेक्ट्रिकल डिवाइस एमिट्स इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशन, है ना. तो आवर पॉइंट इज हाउ डू वी आम देखा कि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स केमती ताको विथस्टैंड करते. तो ऑलरेडी आम बेसिक्स आम देखि सारिछु कि रेडिएशन मूव्स एज वेव. सो साइन वेव, कॉस वेव आम देखिछु, तार बहुत गुड़ा वेव लेंथ है. So based on the wavelength, तार energy तार पर dependent है. So energy is inversely proportional to the wavelength, है ना. So सेटा हमें already देखिଛୁ. So the one that we can see is the ultraviolet radiation. How beyond that हमें देखिलु there is infrared, how radio and gamma radiation over here. ठीक है जी. So ଆମେ କେତେଟା ଜିନିଷ ଦେଖିବା. So we have read about the visible light last time. In the sense the red, orange, yellow, green, blue and violet. So this is what we are able to ମାନେ ଆମେ ଆଗରୁ ଜାଣିଛୁ, and this is what we use and used by phototrophs. Phototrophs to do photosynthesis in order to produce or fix the carbon over there. Beyond that amaro kon thae is the visible light. Okay, so visible light is not the dominant component of sunlight. It is my picture dekhi parucha. Visible light is a very small component. बाद gamma rays भी अच्छी, x-rays भी अच्छी, infrared, radio waves भी अच्छी. So these are also very important portions of the sunlight that is actually reaching us. Okay, so sunlight is the major source of radiation, and it is providing us all of these things over here. So ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା over here कि infrared that is beyond the red, it ସେଇଟା almost 60% ଆମର ଆସୁଛି. So ଆମର radiation consists of 60% of infrared over here, and only about 3% of the light reaching Earth's surface is UV radiation, ultraviolet radiation. Okay? And এই ultraviolet radiation ର ତିନି major ପ୍ରକାର ଅଛି, three major types of UV radiation, that is UVA, UVB and UVC. Okay, which range from the longest wavelength of UVA and shortest wavelength of UVC over here. तो ये तीनटा हमको wavelength ultraviolet radiation रो हमको मिलुଛି. So if you arrange UVA, UVB, UVC in the order of wavelength, longest wavelength कहाँ होगा? UVA, तापरे UVB, तापरे UVC. UVC है the shortest wavelength. So when you look at the sea level, okay, so there is very little UV radiation below 290 nanometers. Wavelength nanometers are measure करा जाए, so 2 nanometers here. So basically you get UVC and some UVB. So ये दुई प्रकार ultraviolet radiation हमको मिलता है. Now it why do you only get UVC and UVB? This is because wavelengths shorter than this are absorbed by oxygen in the atmosphere. Oxygen in the oxygen कौन करे जानिछु atmosphere पे nitrogen पर oxygen is the major constant हमें देखि सारिछु already oxygen concentration aerobic anaerobic से part हमें देखि सारिछु but this is basically oxygen in the atmosphere এই जो oxygen था this absorbs the shorter wavelength that is the other wavelengths and कौन करे so this process forms the ozone layer तमें जानी थो मझे देयर वाज अ कंसर्न कि ओजोन लेयर डिप्लीशन हो ओजोन लेयर डिप्लीशन कहीं जो रेफ्रिजरेटर रे जो केमिकल यूज होता क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन सीएफसी बोधे कह जाऊला सीएफसी बहुत यूज होगा जो से ओजोन को डिस्ट्रॉय करूला जो जो यूवी रेडिएशन टा डायरेक्टली हमको आसूला so say hole there was a ozone hole somewhere in Antarctica or whatever so that was one major problem so ozone layer is located from 40 to 48 kilometers above the earth surface है ना so ozone layer कौन करे absorbs longer UV radiation and reforms oxygen okay so thus the major form of UV radiation reaching earth surface is UVA so UVC हमें बुझलु एठी is the shortest wavelength ଆଉ UVB तापर UVB तापर UVA has the longest wavelength तो जति की जो shorter wavelength सब थिला जति हमर shorter wavelength थिला everything got absorbed in the ozone layer ଆଉ what we are getting is the UVA radiation over here okay so many forms of radiation are very harmful to the organisms right? Especially the ultraviolet radiation तो मैं I don't know एठी तमे केते लैब करिचो कि यूजी रे केते लैब करिचो बट जब माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म संगे काम करा जाए they use a device called the laminar airflow use the laminar airflow एटा तमे गूगल करके देखि परिबो laminar airflow कोन so it is basically एंती गोटे डिवाइस जो थरे तुमको माने माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स संगे तुम इजिली काम कर कंटामिनेशन हेबनी कि से माने तुमको इफेक्ट करेंगे नहीं है ना हाउ वन ऑफ द वेज हाउ टू डू स्टेरिलाइजेशन इन लैमिनार एयर फ्लो इज द यूवी लैंप एटे गोटे यूवी लैंप थाए तो जनरली आम जहाँ भी आमर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स थाए बैटरी प्लेट्स की पिपेट्स ताको हम रखिकी यूवी लैंप ऑन कर दो सो व्हाट इट डज इज इट kills all the microorganisms within the in the particular devices so that's one use that you can see so one of the most damaging is the ionizing radiation so ମୁଁ ଏଟା UV radiation ବିଷୟରେ କହୁଥିଲି so ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା about ionizing radiation ionize is basically ions ହେଇଯିବା to convert it into ions so radiation of very short wavelength and high energy which causes atoms to lose electrons. तो हम ये जो स्पेक्ट्रम हमें देखिलु एठी हाई एनर्जी माने एई पटटा हाई एनर्जी गामा रेज बहुत हाई थाए तापरे लाइट इंफ्रारेड रेडियो तो एटा इज नॉट दिस पार्ट इज नॉट वेरी डेंजरस दिस पार्ट इज वेरी डेंजरस गामा रे और एक्स-रे रेडिएशन ओवर हियर तो जब यही रेडिएशन एटम्स ऊपर पड़े दे लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यही प्रोसेस को कहा जाए एज आयोनाइजेशन टू लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स तो टू मेजर फॉर्म्स ऑफ आयोनाइजिंग रेडिएशन एटा होची फर्स्ट आमे देखिले इज एक्स-रेज ओके एक्स-रेज एटा आर्टिफिशियली प्रोड्यूस होता तमे जानि थबो तमरो जबे कहारो माने जनरली बोन तो एक्सरे हुए कहा एमती एक्सरे हुए so this is artificially produced gamma radiation this is the second type of ionizing radiation हम देखिले gamma rays this is emitted during natural radioisotope decay एटा तमे आगु पढितबो जेमती हमर आइसोटोप सब था यूरेनियम हो कि पोलोनियम एटा सब डीके हेले तमरो गामा रेज प्रोड्यूस so one is the x-ray how गोटे होचे हमर gamma rays so these are two major forms of ionizing radiation so So these are very harmful for us. Okay. So low levels of ionizing radiation may produce mutation, okay, that indirectly result in death, whereas higher levels are directly lethal. So low levels कौन हो पारे indirectly they might cause death, whereas both high radiation हेले it might cause direct lethality or death. Lethal ର ଅର୍ଥ ହଉଛି okay. So basically ତମେ ଜାଣିଥିବ न्यूक्लियर रेडिएशन जोटा हमर atom bomb हो कि hydrogen bomb हो, so all of these are also producing some amount of gamma rays. So gamma radiation ପାଇଁ बहुत death गुड़ा हुए. Now how does the ionizing radiation affect the cells? So ionizing radiation causes variety of changes in the cells. First, it breaks the hydrogen bonds. Second, it oxidizes double bonds. Third, it destroys all the ring structures. And then fourth, it polymerizes some molecules. तो हम देखी पारो जो ये चारटा effects थाए radiation रो प्रथम रे कौन देखले hydrogen bonds which are very important. हम जानी थे वो biochemistry पढ़ले बड़े जो DNA रे भी hydrogen bonding था, protein structure भी hydrogen bonding था. So if it breaks that, then the structure becomes denatured. So that is one problem. Second हम देखले कि it oxidizes the double bonds. Third, ring structures जो भी हमारा ring structures हमारा molecules था ताकि उसे break कर दिए, and then we have polymerization of some molecules. So these are some harmful effects that the radiation causes over here. So generally, if you look at, because of the size of the microorganisms, they are resistant to ionization compared to the larger organisms. So बड़ो eukaryotes comparison रे, if you look at lower microorganisms, they are more resistant, है. But if the dose, okay, if radiation रो dose टिके excess होची, so they can also get destroyed. Okay, so ionizing radiation can be used to sterile items. एटा जो मैं कहूतली UV lamp है ना. So हमें कौन करो is basically ionizing radiation use करके sterile करो. आजिकल तो मैं देखी थी वो is कहते products भी बाहर होचे ना because of the coronavirus. ସେମାନେ छोटो छोटो डिवाइस दियंते जोटे फोन में रखी कि you just close the box, so say UV light, it produces UV light and it sterilizes the items. So छोटो छोटो जिनस माने नॉन लिविंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स को स्टेरिलाइज करबा पे we can use this ionizing radiation because ସେମାନେ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स को पूरा destroy कर. But in spite of such measures, there are organisms which are able to survive. ये topic में हमें पढ़ू about this extremophiles that are able to survive in the difficult environment. So in the same way, we have some bacterial endospores and bacteria such as Deinococcus radiodurans. एटा मने रखो. This is one of the examples of microorganisms that are resistant to high amounts of ionizing radiation. Deinococcus radiodurans. So generally bacteria endospore बनाए. So it is more complex cell wall to protect against external features. Deinococcus radiodurans रो भी सही mechanism रही in order to protect itself from the radiation. Okay. So the phylum Deinococcus thermus contains the order Deinococcus. ता माने होची unusual. Deinococcus अर्थ होची unusual. Okay, means unusual over here. And Deinococcus are spherical, rod shaped, okay, and non-motile. Okay, and they are often seen in pairs or threads. It so ये गुटे प्रॉम देखी पारथो is the cluster of holes. It 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, this is a cluster of 4 Deinococcus cell over here. So this is one example of a bacteria that can withstand radiation. So almost all strains are extraordinarily resistant to all sources of oxidative stress, including desiccation and radiation. So ये जो हमारा Deinococcus हम देखिलो से desiccation माने जोटे water there is no water is evaporated, very less water is there, so they can survive desiccation, they can also survive radiation. आउ रेडिएशन को जनरली आम मेजर करूँ एज राड सम केते राड RAD is the unit, okay, unit of radiation. Now if you look at Deinococcus radiodurans ସେମାନେ almost 3 to 5 million rad of radiation को survive କରିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି, whereas human beings ପାଇଁ only 100 is enough to cause death. If we are exposed to more than 100, there will be death in humans. But in case of Deinococcus radiodurans, ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ 3 to 5 million rad भी is they can even survive 3 to 5 million rad of radiation. And Deinococcus is not ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ special environment ରେ ଏମିତି ମିଳେ ବୋଲି ନାହିଁ, but it can be isolated from everywhere, groundwater, from feces, okay, air, fresh water, other sources. So natural habitat କ'ଣ ତାଙ୍କର ଜଣା ପଡ଼େନି, ସେ ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ ମିଳନ୍ତି. You get it everywhere. Okay, Deinococcus, Deinococci species. Okay. Okay. So ତାଙ୍କର special quality ଟା କ'ଣ, how they are able to survive the radiation. So generally radiation ଆମର କ'ଣ କରେ, it destroys the DNA. DNA ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲେ DNA protein को destroy କରିଦିଏ because hydrogen bond disrupt କରିଦିଏ, mutation କରିଦିଏ. So how do the Deinococcus survive this particular radiation over there? So their resistance to radiation result from their ability to repair severely damaged genome. ତାଙ୍କର ଯାହା ବି genome ଥାଏ, so the genome is basically a circular chromosome. ସେଥିରେ ଗୋଟେ mega plasmid କି small plasmid ଥାଇପାରେ. ତ ସେ so even if the circular chromosome or mega plasmid, small plasmid is destroyed, they can get it back. ହେଲା ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ ଆଉ ଥରେ ଇଏ କର. So when exposed to high radiation, high level of radiation, radical oxygen species are generated and the genome is broken in hundreds of fragments. এটা ভাঙ্গি যায়. When it is exposed to radiation, it breaks, but within 12 to 24 hours, within 12 to 24 hours, the genome is pieced together. So this ensures viability. ताମାନେ तो दिने के भितरे ସେମାନେ ଆଉ ଥରେ ତାଙ୍କ genome को they can integrate, they can regenerate their genome. କେମିତି ଏଟା ହୁଏ, we do not know. How does this happen, we do not know. It's still unclear. But this is their ability. They are able to gather back their DNA over here. Okay? So evidence suggests that while DNA is not especially radiation resistant, its proteins are. So mainly their protein is more radiation resistant. काहेकि एटा हुए, the ability to accumulate manganese, manganese 2. So ଏଇଟା କ'ଣ, ସେମାନେ high level of manganese ତାଙ୍କର cell ଭିତରେ ସେମାନେ ରଖନ୍ତି. So this protects the microbe from damaged from the radical oxygen. ହେଲା ତ ଆମେ already radical oxygen ବିଷୟରେ ପଢ଼ି ସାରିଛୁ. So ଏଇ radical oxygen ଯୋଉଟା generate ହେଉଛି ସେଇଟା manganese, when you accumulate manganese, it protects it. So manganese ions selectively protect proteins rather than DNA. So manganese ions ର concentration ବଢ଼େଇଲେ ସେମାନେ proteins को protect କରନ୍ତି, whereas DNA ଏତେ protect ହେଇପାରେ ନାହିଁ. Okay, so unlike other microbes, the Deinococcus radiodurans DNA repair enzyme, okay, repair enzyme survives severe oxidative stress. So this also is another ability. So ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲେ they are able to accumulate high levels of manganese, and then we are also able to see the DNA repair enzymes. DNA repair enzymes जोटा थाए Deinococcus radiodurans ସେମାନେ oxidative stress को handle କରିପାରନ୍ତି. ଏଇ ଦୁଇଟା ଜିନିଷ as well as ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲେ DNA को they are able to piece together, so they are able to survive the difficult situation. So this was one organism which is able to survive the ionizing radiation. तापर आमे देखुଥିଲେ UV radiation. UV radiation हम जानिले कि consists of the three types: UVA, UVB and UVC. UVA being the longest wavelength, UVB ଟିକେ कम and UVC is the shortest wavelength. ଆଉ ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲେ that generally the UVC is blocked by the ozone layer. Okay. So generally UVC is very harmful for organisms. UVB also is harmful for organisms. Only UVA is something that we can still we can handle that. So this is the form of radiation. It can kill microorganisms because of its short wavelength, जोटा आम UVC और UVB, okay? And सबुठु lethal, सबुठु UV radiation जोटा microorganisms की DNA को damage करे is the 260 nanometer wavelength वाला UV radiation. UV radiation गोटे range था ता भितर 260 nanometers रो जो wavelength है that is that effectively absorbed and damaging to the DNA. So then the DNA jar living organism DNA is able to absorb that UV radiation और से म्यूटेशन हो जाए. तो हमें ऑलरेडी बहुत गुड़ा म्यूटेशन पढ़ी थी डीएनए रे जोटा हुए यूजिंग अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशन. तो यूजुअली अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशन जो म्यूटेशन सब हुए से डीएनए रिपेयर मैकेनिज्म ऑलरेडी थाए हम बॉडी रे or the mechanism in the cell can already repair some of the damages. Okay, but जब excessive exposure हो जाए, when you have excessive exposure, okay, then हमारा जो जैसे कि हमें repair करेगा ता beyond को पड़ेगा. So once it goes beyond that, it will cause damage or death. Okay, so damage in terms of cancer, okay, or it could cause death. So longer wavelengths of UV light जो मैं कहूँ UVA can also harm microorganisms. So कहीं सेटा हुआ because they are able to break down the amino acid tryptophan to toxic photo products. So एटा गोटे major problem होचे कि UV radiation एमती products एमती proteins produce करे जोटा कि that's harmful for the organism. So these toxic photo products plus the near UV radiation itself produces breaks in the DNA strand. So this is the problem that UV radiation generally has over here. So not only the UV radiation, even visible light. Okay? Visible light जोटा हमारे use हुए plants use करंती, phototrophs माने use करंती for photosynthesis. If it is present in sufficient intensity, बहुत खरा है लगे, so this can damage or kill the microorganism. So how can they protect themselves? So there is a pigment called photosensitizers. Okay, so a photosensitizers आमर केतरा example एडी देखिवा chlorophyll एटा सब पढ़ी आगरो chlorophyll, bacteriochlorophyll, okay, and cytochromes, okay, and flavins. So एमाने कौन करते? These photosensitizers can absorb light energy और ସେମାନେ produce करते. What else? So the excited photosensitizers transfers its energy to oxygen, okay, and produces singlet oxygen. Singlet oxygen. तो हमें गोटे ROS पढ़ी जो reactive oxygen, एटा होची singlet oxygen. Singlet oxygen produce करे, and singlet oxygen is a very reactive, powerful oxidizing agent and quickly destroys the cell. This is how एटा गोटे major problem. So if enough exposure is there for radiation, then this singlet oxygen can be produced over here. Okay. So many organisms that are airborne or live on exposed surface can use carotenoid pigments for protection against photo oxidation. So एटा गोटे protective mechanism, carotenoid pigment. This provides protection. So carotenoids effectively quench singlet oxygen. So singlet oxygen it produce होची. ये जो excuse me, ये जो ये जो singlet oxygen it produce होची. So this is absorbed. This is absorbed by the carotenoids. It's absorbed by the carotenoids. And samana taku they convert it to ground state. So they make it O2. Instead of a single oxygen, they make it into O2 over here. So जो हमारा phototrophic organism के non-phototrophic so मैंने ये pigment use करते to protect themselves from UV radiation. So this is one mechanism how they can protect. This is just some pictures I've added. This is beta carotene. Okay, and then now so these are some examples of the carotenoid to use to protect the plant from singlet oxygen over. So with this, I will end this particular topic, that is environmental factors that affect microbial growth. आमे बहुत प्रकार एक्सट्रीमोफाइल्स एटी पढ़िले आमे वी टॉक्ड अबाउट हैलोफाइल्स ऑस्मोफाइल्स बहुत गुड़ा एमती बहुत गुड़ा फिलिक मेसोफाइल टेम्परेचर रेजिस्टेंस हम देखिले. So these are some questions for this part. Last time हमें पढ़ी थिले pressure. So what do you expect to find? Where do you expect to find barotolerant and piezophilic? So এই দুইটা আমি last time পড়িছিলে how microorganisms are able to handle pressure. So এটা গোটা ଦେଖିଥିଲେ. And then এই last তিনটা question is mostly ଯାହା ମୁଁ ଆଜି cover କରିଛି. That is electromagnetic radiation in the order of decreasing energy or increasing wavelength. ସେଇଟା ତମେ UV spectrum ଦେଖିକି ତମେ କରିପାରିବ. What is the importance of ozone formation? এটা ମୁଁ ବୁଝେଇଲି ତମକୁ because the lower wavelength ର UV radiation को ozone block करे. So you can try to see that. Après, how do ionizing radiation, ultraviolet radiation and visible light harm the organism? So this you can easily find here. This produces the singlet oxygen. That could be one problem. And then the protection mechanism. Protection mechanism is we So with this, I come to an end talking about और microbial growth को जो environmental factors hamper करती. So we have looked at all the factors now. So this is mostly unit 2 रो end रो portion एटा मु एटा cover करिछि. So yeah, if काहार किछ question अछि पचारो. Otherwise I will just like to go back to one particular biogeochemical cycles. I want to revisit ସେଥିରେ କେତେଟା ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଯୋଉଟା ମୁଁ କଭର କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି. କାହାର କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ଅଛି ଏନଭାୟରमेंटल ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର୍ସ ଉପରେ? ଅଛି ତ ପଚାର, ନହେଲେ I will just talk about another topic over here. କିଛି ଅଛି ତ ପଚାର? Any questions? Yes? କିଛି ଅଛି? Right? Okay. ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି. So ତମେ ଭାବୁଥିବ ଏଇ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ଟା ଆଉଥରେ ମୁଁ କାହିଁକି ଦେଖାଉଛି microbes and biogeochemical cycles. ଏଇଟା already ତମେ mid term ରେ ତମେ ଏଇ portion ଟା cover କରି ସାରିଛ. Last ରେ I just want to add few things before I close this class. Before we started this particular topic, biogeochemical cycles, ଆମେ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲେ about climate change. So climate change ର effects ବିଷୟରେ ଆମେ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲେ. And what we had seen is how do the cycles work, जो biochemical cycles केमती काम करुचे. So we saw that sabu cycles there is a redox reaction, oxidation and reduction that is taking place, in which the electrons are either accepted or donated. So yeah, that's how things are done. ଆମେ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ା ସାଇକେଲ୍ସ ଏଠି ଆମେ ଦେଖିଛେ. ସୋ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ା ସାଇକେଲ୍ସ ଅଛି, ତା ଭିତରୁ ଆମେ ଚାରିଟା ସାଇକେଲ ଉପରେ ଆମେ ଫୋକସ୍ କଲୁ. ପ୍ରଥମରେ ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲୁ ଇଜ୍ ଦି କାର୍ବନ ସାଇକେଲ, ହାଉ ଦି କାର୍ବନ ସାଇକେଲ ଇଜ୍ ଫଙ୍କସନିଂ. ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା ଅଲରେଡ଼ି କଭର୍ କରିଛି, ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା କହିବିନି. ଆଇ ୱିଲ୍ ମୁଭ୍ ଅନ୍. କାର୍ବନ ସାଇକେଲ ଦେଖିଲେ ଆମେ. So acha, what I have done is I have added some more questions. So make sure that you go through these questions ये क्वेश्चंस को आंसर करिवो as you revise this units over here. Oxygen cycle परे we talked about nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle रो बहुत गुड़ा aspects अच्छे है ना. So nitrogen fixation हो, denitrification हो है ना, आउ nitrate reduction हो, nitrification हो, बहुत गुड़ा एमती steps अच्छे. So make sure that you go through all of that over here. Nitrate ପରେ I think we talked about ଏଠି ବି କେତେଟା question ମୁଁ add କରିଛି, so make sure ଏଟା ବି ତମେ ଦେଖିବ. We talked about phosphorus cycle. Phosphorus cycle भी हम बहुत brief रे हमें देखिले, but ଆମ environmental biotechnology ପାଇଁ what is important is the nitrogen cycle और phosphorus cycle, because जो fertilizer है ना, तम खत जो use होची in the field सेटा में nitrogen किंबा phosphorus is used. Major constituent thanti. So we need to understand कि नाइट्रोजन और फॉस्फोरस रो कौन रोल रही. नाइट्रोजन फॉस्फोरस तापर बोधे हमें सल्फर साइकिल ऊपर कंसंट्रेट करें. सो सल्फर साइकिल जाए वी हैड गॉन ओवर हियर. So before I closed this particular topic, हमें केतरा जिनस हमें conclude कलु that even though हमें जो बायोजियोकेमिकल साइकिल्स हमें सेपरेटली पढ़िलु, गोटे कार्बन साइकिल पढ़िलु, we read the nitrogen cycle, then phosphorus, sulfur. It is not that these are separate. These do not work separately. So separately no thanti. So it is always in they are combined together. Okay? So it is important to understand that the biogeochemical cycling involves dynamic interconnected processes. So samane interconnected thanti. So one changes in one cycle produces changes in the other cycle. How this has happened over long periods of time, and they have reached a particular balance. So this is how things have happened over here. That I'm already देखि सारिछु. एटा गोटे हमें example हमें देखिले एथिरे how interaction is taking place between the nitrogen cycle and the carbon cycle. So a particular diagram रे तुम देखि पारथु, both of them are taking place at the same time over here. So I won't discuss that. I will move on to. I have added these questions also. So compare the products of dissimilatory sulfate reduction to dissimilatory nitrate reduction. So this is trying to show you the connection between the sulfur cycle and the nitrogen cycle. So मैं sulfur cycle भी पढ़ा, nitrogen cycle भी पढ़ा, तापरे a portion of the reaction dissimilarity जो sulfate reduction और nitrate reduction ताकू तमें compare करके तमें लिखी पारी बस एटा है, तमें चेष्टा करो. if न लिखी पारछ मते कहो, then we will answer this question. Second question, discuss how nitrogen and carbon cycle can be interlinked. This is also very important. So ଯେତିକି important ହଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ cycle ବୁଝିବା, it is also important to understand how they are interlinked, how they function in a combined manner. So what is the new thing? कौन एथिरे add करूଛି? So again I want to bring back the question of climate change. Everything I want to relate to climate change again. Biogeochemical cycles विषय हमें पढ़िले, but how climate change जो हमर ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज होची ता जोगु केमिति क्लाइमेट रे चेंजेस आछुसी ता विषय हम टिके पढिबा. तो एठी मु सबटाइटल एठी देइची बायोकेमिकल साइक्लिंग आउट ऑफ बैलेंस. So this is one problem that we will address. हम पाके कम टाइम अछि, we will address this issue. है ना. तो जो माइक्रोबियल एक्टिविटी विषय में पढ़िले, so micro organisms form a very important part of this biogeochemical cycles. प्रति step there is a microorganism that is catalyzing some reaction in this particular cycle. So microbial activity is critical to maintain the equilibrium in the biosphere. So because they are able to maintain the equilibrium, tomorrow biosphere there is life on Earth. Okay. So the capacity of microbes to thrive in seemingly every niche on Earth. In the sense, हमें देखिलो कि microorganisms with a normal environment रे भी as well as in the extreme environment. अबे almost हमें 4 or 5 classes हमें देखिले how different environmental factors are affecting microorganisms. We were looking at extreme ends, so extreme temperature, extreme pH, extreme um, desiccation or extreme radiation. So extreme situation will be they are able to survive over here. So they have got this ability after long period of time. So almost 3.5 billion years of microbial evolution. We believe that. So ସେମାନେ ଏତିକି millions of years ପରେ ଏଇ ability କୁ ସେମାନେ ପାଇଛନ୍ତି over here. So changes in the physical and chemical environment ହେଲେ ବି microorganisms are able to adapt. କିଛି ବି change ହେଲେ ବି ସେମାନେ adapt କରିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି. And over time ସେମାନେ ସେ adaptation को evolve ହେଇଛି ତାଙ୍କର maybe with a difficult situation ଆସିଲା they adapted to that slowly they have over time they have adapted to the particular situation. So this is one aspect we need to remember, that is microorganisms have adapted to the different situation. Next हमें देखिले is the presence of greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases कौन हमें देखिले already एटा first unit रे हमें देखे सारछु कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड हो मीथेन हो नाइट्रोजन रो वेरियस N2O NO3 जोटा भी नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड हो these are greenhouse gases. काहे कि तांको greenhouse gases कुहा जाए because they trap the heat जोटा हमरो सन रू जोटा रेडिएशन आसे था ताको they trap the heat और that is reflected from the earth surface to the atmosphere. So this allows a particular temperature to be maintained on earth for life to exist over. But ଯେବେଠୁ ଆମର industrial revolution ହେଲା ଟିକେ ତମେ ଏଇଟା ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ବି ପଢିଥିବ industrial revolution ଆମର ଯୋଉ factories ଆଉ ଏଇଟା vehicle ହେଲା କି ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଯୋଉ machine ଯୋଗୁ ଯୋଉ gases produce ହେଲା, so the rate at which carbon dioxide and other greenhouses that have entered the atmosphere has been much faster, okay, than any other time in human history. तो beginning ରୁ ନେଇ ଯାଅ ତମେ ଦେଖିବ ଯେ ଯେତିକି carbon dioxide produce ହେଇଛି ଏଇ 18th century 19th century ଯେବେ industrial revolution ହେଲା so ସେଥିରେ quantity ଟା ବଢି ଯାଇଛି. So the amount that is produced is very high. So the rate at which these gases are entering the atmosphere exceeds the rate by which natural carbon, natural cycles can recycle. तो हम जानिଛୁ ए जियो बायोजियोकेमिकल साइकल्स ର पर्पस एटा होची कि ସେମାନେ साइकिल करिवे, फिक्सेशन करिवे, रिलीज करिवे, फिक्स करिवे, रिलीज करिवे. But because ଆମର human activities एते एमती is producing so much of gases सेटा फिक्स हेई पारुनी, that is not being able to be recycled. So se कौन होची, they are accumulating. Amount of greenhouse gases are accumulating. Because there is increased concentration of these gases, हमारा condition कौन है गला global warming. तो जो temperature जति के थिला हमारो earth रे, the overall temperature that is has increased a lot. So that is creating also all sorts of other conditions. जोटा हम देखिलो cyclones होची कि low level areas flooding होची. So all of this is produced because of this global warming over here. So the term global climate change more accurately reflects the change in patterns of wind, precipitation, ocean temperatures that we are now experiencing. So global warming, how the overall term is global climate change. So it is not only one place that is affected, everywhere the whole world is affected because of this. So ଆମର ତମେ ଯାହା ଆମେ କଥା ହଉଛୁ cyclones ବିଷୟରେ, so pattern of wind, cyclone की hurricane କୁହାଯାଏ westରେ, so winds हो कि precipitation हो, so raining, so we are having rains any time of the year. So again no rain at all, so either of that. the ocean temperature भी rise करूची, तमे जानिथिबो नॉर्थ पोल साउथ पोल रे जो आइस जतिक थिला सेटा भी कमी जाउची आजकल because of the global warming over here. So it is just show you a graph कि 1800 पर तमे देखो ये ग्राफ केमती बढ़ी चलছে, exponentially बढ़ी चलছে. 1800 ପରେ। So this is nitrogen oxide, this is carbon dioxide, ହେଉଛି ମିଥେନ୍ ହେଉଛି। So ସବୁ ମୋଷ୍ଟଲି ତମେ ଦେଖିବ ଏଇଟା ସବୁ 1800 ପରେ ଯେବେ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରିଆଲ ରେଭଲ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ଆସିଛି ସେଥିରେ ଏଇ କ୍ୱାଣ୍ଟିଟି ବହୁତ ବଢ଼ି ଯାଇଛି ହେଲା। ସୋ ନାଇଟ୍ରୋଜେନ୍ ଅକ୍ସାଇଡକୁ ମେଜର କରାଯାଏ ପାର୍ଟସ୍ ପର୍ ବିଲିୟନରେ, और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को मेजर करा जाଉଛି parts per million ରେ। So the idea is the amount of concentration of greenhouse gas ବଢିଛି in last 200 years ରେ। So if you look at carbon dioxide, okay, if you look at carbon dioxide ଯେବେଠୁ ଆମର industrial era start ହେଲା about 150 years, ମୁଁ 200 years କହୁଛି, 150 years if you can consider ଯେବେ railway engine and everything। So से टाइम रे सेटा ओनली 278 पार्ट्स पर मिलियन थिला, एबे इट इज मोर देन 400 पार्ट्स पर मिलियन। कहीं की मेनली होची बर्निंग ऑफ फॉसिल फ्यूल्स। हमरो पेट्रोल हो कोल हो एटा बहुत यूज होची आजकल। so this is producing almost 10 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year, plus um, not only burning of fossil fuels, more land use management है, ଯେମିତି କି ଡିଫରେଷ୍ଟେସନ୍, ଆମର ଯେତିକି ଫରେଷ୍ଟ ଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ଆମର ଅଛି ସେଟା ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ କମି ଯାଉଛି। କାହିଁକି? ବିକଜ ଲୋକ ଘର ବନାଉଛନ୍ତି ହେଲା, ଫରେଷ୍ଟ କାଟିକି ଘର ବନାଉଛନ୍ତି କି ଫରେଷ୍ଟ କାଟିକି ଫିଲ୍ଡ ବନାଉଛନ୍ତି। ସୋ ଦେ ଆର୍ ଟ୍ରାଇଙ୍ଗ ଟୁ accumulate the either the deforestation ବି increase ହେଇଯାଉଛି ଏ କେସ୍ ହେଲା। तो ଆମେ ଦେଖିପାରିବା ଏଇଟା କାହିଁକି why ଏଇଟା ବର୍ନିଂ ଅଫ୍ ଫସଲ ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲ ମେ ବି ଆଗରୁ ବି ଲୋକ କୋଲ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ, ତ କାହିଁକି ଏଇଟା ଏମିତି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଇଛି। ତ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା କି ସେ ଟକ୍ ଅବାଉଟ୍ ଫସଲ ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲ। ଓକେ, ସୋ ଫସଲ ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲ କୋଉଠୁ ଆସେ? ଡିକେଇଂ କାର୍ବନ ମ୍ୟାଟର। ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛୁ କି ମେ ବି ଡାଇନୋସର୍ସ ହଉ କି ଯେଉଁମାନେ ବହୁତ ବର୍ଷରୁ ସେମାନେ ମରିଗଲେ, ସୋ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେମାନେ ଓସିଆନ ଯେମିତି ସମୁଦ୍ର ତଳେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଏମିତି ସେଡିମେଣ୍ଟେସନ ହେଲା, ବହୁତ ପ୍ରେସର ଆଉ ଟେମ୍ପରେଚର ଯୋଗୁଁ ସେମାନେ କନଭର୍ଟ ହେଇଗଲେ ଫସଲ ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲକୁ, ଟର୍ନଡ ଇନଟୁ ଦି ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲ୍ସ ଗୋଟେ। तो ଏଇଟା जो प्रोसेस ହେଲା, दे कन्वर्टेड ये जो ଆମର ଫସଲ ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲ କୁ କନଭର୍ଟ ହେଲା, ଏଇଟା दैट हैपेंड थ्रू मिलियंस ऑफ इयर्स ହେଲା, दैट हैपेंड ओवर मिलियंस ऑफ इयर्स। ओके, बट ଏବେ ଯେବେ ଆମେ ଫସଲ ଫ୍ୟୁଏଲ କୁ ମାଇନିଂ କରୁଛୁ ହେଲା, ଅଏଲ ମାଇନିଂ ହଉଛି ଆଉ and we are burning this। okay, so what is happening? so within a small amount of time, so tiny fraction of time ରେ तो एते वर्ष लागिला ताको एक्युमुलेट करबाको, हमें एते कम टाइम रे ताको रिलीज कर दउछु हैला, एते कम टाइम रे रिलीज करसु। दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम हैला। तो दिस इज कॉजिंग द पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम। आ गोटे देखिबा हमें आउ डिफॉरेस्टेशन हैला, तमरो आजिकली जंगल मन को काटी दिया जाउछि। सो forests are generally considered as carbon dioxide sinks ହେଲା। ଯେତିକି ଆମର କାର୍ବନ ଡାଇଅକ୍ସାଇଡ୍ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ୍ରିରେ ହଉ କିମ୍ବା ହ୍ୟୁମାନ୍ ବ୍ରିଦିଂରେ ଯେଠି କାର୍ବନ ଡାଇଅକ୍ସାଇଡ୍ ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ୍ ହେଉଛି, ସୋ ଏମିତି ବୁଝାଯାଏ କି forests absorb that amount of carbon dioxide ହେଲା। so and convert it to biomass ହେଲା। so ତାକୁ କନଭର୍ଟ କରିଦେବେ ସେମାନେ କାର୍ବୋହାଇଡ୍ରେଟ୍ସ को, which maybe we consume, କିମ୍ବା ସେମାନେ ଯେବେ ଗଛ ସବୁ ମରିଯାଆନ୍ତି, they are buried and that is into a biomass, so carbon dioxide into a particular biomass। so during 1990s the ecosystem sequestered about 3 gigatons of carbon per year। so ଯେତିକି ସେମାନେ କାର୍ବନ ଡାଇଅକ୍ସାଇଡ୍ କୁ they are able to convert to biomass, ମୁଁ ସେଇ ବିଷୟରେ କହୁଛି ହେଲା। बट ଯେବେ forests cut down होची, ଯେବେ सेटा cut down होची and either तमें को firewood हो कि agricultural land हो, so carbon is earth is losing a carbon sink। जितनी कि forest हमारा lose out होची, we are actually losing the ability to convert carbon dioxide to biomass। that is a very important problem। so आमे भाबुछु कि आउ जो जेते कि plant रही छी हमरो remaining plant रही छी, that will assimilate the carbon dioxide, but এটা হও নাই ହେଲା, because the amount of forest is decreasing। so the soil microbial respiration भी सेटा बढ़ी जाउछ ହେଲା, because plant सेटा करि पारु नाही, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स भी समाने कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ऑक्सीजन यूज करके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस करूछन्ते। सो एते सेटा प्रोड्यूस होची। इवन तमे देखो आर्टिक रीजन रे भी आइस जोटा कमुची ता पई भी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इंक्रीज होची। सो the balance of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases remains unclear. So more purpose eta hoche ki because of deforestation kimba fossil fuel burning jogu kahinki ei particular condition amar create hoche. So that is my purpose of it. Methane bisare already I have talked about. So this is a greenhouse gases. Our good special ability is it is 25 times the global warming potential of carbon dioxide. ता माने ओटा होची गोटे single methane molecule is able to retain the thermal retention as 25 carbon dioxide molecules. So generally methane is more dangerous. Okay, release of methane into the atmosphere is more dangerous over here. So ଆମେ ଦେଖିପାରୁବା କି जो आइस जोटा सब ग्लेशियर फॉर्म रे थाए सेटा जतिकी हमर सरी जाउची मिथेन सेतिकी रिलीज होउची एटमॉस्फेयर रे हैला. So that again is a very important problem. So there is a worldwide interest in understanding factors that control methane production and oxidation by microorganisms. So now we have to study how methane can be controlled. ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ जो आमे देखिलु नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड mainly release hela because of the food production. Food production को हमें indiscriminately we used the fertilizers. So हमें पढ़िथिबो there was a green revolution. Green revolution ପାଇଁ agricultural output boost hela, human fertilizer बहुत produce hela, बहुत जिनसे हमते हला. But because of that कौन हले एते carbon nitrogen oxide produce हला जोटा कि हमर नाइट्रोजन साइकिल रे एब्जॉर्ब हेई पारिला नाही हला. सो एटा मु जस्ट प्रोसेस लिखी छी जो हैबर कार्ल प्रोसेस हैबर बॉश प्रोसेस रे से माने नाइट्रोजन को अमोनिया कन्वर्ट करते जोटा फर्टिलाइजर रे यूज हुए हला. बट एटा एते अमाउंट रे हेई छी दैट इट हैज ऑल्टर्ड द बैलेंस ऑफ नाइट्रोजन साइकिल हला. सो एग्रीकल्चर रे भी जाम एते जो फर्टिलाइजर यूज होछ दैट आल्सो हैज प्रोड्यूस्ड द प्रॉब्लम. और यही प्रॉब्लम टा कौन यूट्रोफिकेशन है. सो जो एक्स्ट्रा एमोनिया जो प्रोड्यूस है जोटा आमर नाइट्रोजन साइकिल रे रिसाइकल हे पारुनी कौन होचे सेटा. So this was not taken up by the plants and this is run off माने वर्षा पानी रे सेटा run off हे गला into rivers है. rivers को सेटा पड़ेला. So this ammonium runoff leaches into lakes and streams and frequently causes eutrophication. Eutrophication कौन an increase in nutrient level eta mu tike highlight karibi. So this is the increase in nutrient levels, okay, that stimulate the growth of limited number of organisms, okay, and thereby disturbing the ecology of this aquatic ecosystem. So mainly it is aquatic ecosystems माने हमारा lake pond ए भलिया जगह जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स थांते सेथरे से कौन करे गोटे पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो माने नाइट्रोजन को यूज करि पारछन्ते तांकर ग्रोथ बेसी हे जाय सेथरे हला. आमे नेक्स्ट क्लास रे आमे पढिबा अबाउट बायोफिल्म आउ एई जो एक्वाटिक इकोसिस्टम विषय आमे पढिबा. बट टिके आमे आगरे जानि दियो. Even I think तुम्हारा environmental science रे तुम eutrophication विषय पढिथिबो. It is all because of this extra ammonia that is taken into the different lakes and streams है. तो जो microbial nitrification होची है. So microbial nitrification in the sense सेमाने से ammonia को absorb करि पारुचंती. So this is not possible because organisms need a particular ratio of carbon, nitrogen and phosphorus है. So एटा alter हे जाउची. So this gets altered. So जो extra nitrate हो, so this causes the all sorts of problems over here है. So the cycle of nitrification denitrification fueled by ammonia introduced as fertilizer is responsible for the highest nitrogen oxide levels in all of this years. So एते वर्ष परे I mean like जो एबे जति कि ammonia और नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड्स एबे अच्छी एबे जति कि नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड अच्छी एट द हाईएस्ट लेवल अक्रॉस द डिफरेंट इयर्स ऑफ रे. सो ए डायग्राम मु तमो पई छाडी दउची एटा मु जहा भी आज डिस्कस करली. सो यू कैन सी नाइट्रोजन साइकिल केमती इफेक्ट हेची बिकॉज ऑफ फ्यूएल एमिशन हो हैला किंबा तमरो ए जो फर्टिलाइजर रन ऑफ पाई यूट्रोफिकेशन होची हला लीचिंग होची हला लीचिंग एंड एटा ए पार्ट तो तमरो आसुची नाइट्रोजन साइकिल भितर बट ए दीज थिंग्स यू फॉसिल फ्यूल एमिशन हो कि तमरो ए रन ऑफ हो so and eutrophication so these are the problems because of the nitrogen runoffs over here ठीक है जी so what are the consequences so what are the consequences of disruption of the carbon and nitrogen cycle हमें देखिले global climate change है ना so हमारा जो overall temperature रहुची overall temperature has increased so এটা মনে রাখবে so it is like এমতি ନାହିଁ କି ଆଜି ବର୍ଷା ହେଲା କାଲି ଶୀତ ହେଲା it's not like that so we are looking at the overall temperature that is affected over here okay so global climate change जोटा होची we are measuring it over decades এটা ଆମେ ମାସରେ ଦେଖୁନୁ କି 2 ବର୍ଷ 3 ବର୍ଷରେ we are looking at least 10-20 years we are looking at 10-20 years over here so ये ग्लोबल क्लाइमेट चेंज को हमें देखुछु केमती वर्षा रे कि विंड रे इसे तरह एक्सट्रीम वेदर केमती होची सो वी आर एबल टू सी ओवर हियर हमको कोन जाना पड़ुची is that the average global temperature has increased 0.27 degrees centigrade so maybe you can ask your grandparents some जेजे माँ जेजे बापा को पचारि परिबो कि तांको टाइम रे टेम्परेचर आ आजिकर टेम्परेचर रे केते डिफरेंस आसुची बिकॉज हमर ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी पाई दिस हैज इंक्रीज्ड अ लॉट आ एटा कोहा जाउची कि आमे एही रेट रे कंटिन्यू कले ओके एही रेट की आठू बेसी आमे कंटिन्यू कले तो इट इज ऑलमोस्ट 1.1 to 6.4 degrees rise ହେଇଯିବ by 2100 ଏବେ ତ ଆମେ 2021 ରେ ଅଛୁ but 2100 so another 100 years ରେ earth ର temperature will rise by 6 degrees centigrade so this is all about climate change ଏଟା ତମେ ଦେଖି ପାରିବ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରାଫ ହେଲା ଏଟା ଏस्टिमेट ହେଇଛି so within last କେତେ 200 ବର୍ଷ ଭିତରେ ଏତେ rise ହେଇଛି temperature okay so এটা দেখি পারছো মানে this is the temperature anomaly ହେଲା so this is the overall rise in temperature so this is what I had to tell you about biogeochemical cycles and climate change এই କେତେଟା question ମୁଁ ଚାରିଟା question ଏଠି ରଖିଛି list 3 greenhouse gases discuss their origin discuss the possible role of forest in the control of carbon dioxide and the changes in the nitrogen cycle caused by fertilization how do they influence the carbon cycle ठीक ଅଛି ଆଉ ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ question ତମେ ଦେଖ if you can do it given that each microbial group has an optimal temperature range ହେଲା for growth how might you predict changes in a soil microbial community living in your reserve ଏଇଟା ଆମେ ପରେ ଦେଖିବା ଏଇଟା ତମେ you need not answer ଏଇଟା ଆମେ ଯେବେ terrestrial ecosystem ପଢିବା ତେବେ ଆମେ we will study this over here ହେଲା so I will stop here ଆଉ କାହାର କିଛି question ଅଛି regarding climate change या radiation हो तो मते पचारि परिबो ना if there are any questions regarding that over here ହେଲା କାହାକୁ କିଛି ପଚାରିବାର ଅଛି ପଚାରି ପାରିବ ओके आई थिंक आमे एठी स्टॉप करिबा ठीक अछि ओके ओके